Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Heavy Hammer Bushcraft, and this is take 2 of this video since my microphone decided to die 8 minutes into the last version. Wanted to get a video out today. I'll probably get one more out next Wednesday. You know, Christmas coming up. It's kind of hard. I got family coming around and whatnot, and food to eat. Because, I mean, look at me. I like food. But I wanted to go over at least one more thing today. It's going to be after New Year's before we do the actual camp because holidays are killing me right now. So I wanted to go over at least this, possibly one more thing next week. This week, fire starting kit. You're going to have one. You're at least going to have some means of starting a fire. And I know the bushcraft community swears by the bow drill and the ferro rod. If you catch me in the wilderness starting a fire with a bow drill, it is because every other option in the world has exhausted itself. I mean, let's be completely honest about that. Every other option has exhausted itself. Somehow I got lost in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a pair of bootlaces and a pocket knife, and now I have to start a fire. Bow drills are great. They're cool. They're great historic fire lighting techniques, and I do know how to use one. I am not overly proficient in it, but I do know how to use one. I also know how to do the hand drill method. Again, not something I'm overly proficient in, but I do know how to do it. Not something I generally practice very often. Probably the most archaic methods I use, flint and steel. I enjoy flint and steel. There's a primitive nature to it that I love. Just something about making sparks by banging two rocks together. Just, I don't know, feels good. It incites the caveman. So I do carry my flint wallet with 3 or 4 pieces of flint and my striker in here. That's in my fire kit at all times. Do you need one? No. It's cool. It's fun. I like it. But one thing you have to have in every fire kit, you should have one in every one of your bags and at least 2 every time you go out in the bush. A Bic lighter. Simple, functional, make fire. Carry one. They're cheap. Buy a 4-pack every month or so and just stock them somewhere. As long as they don't get wet for the most part, they don't go bad. This one has been in this fire bag unused for probably 3 years. Still comes out first strike every time. You know, keep one around. That's go-to thing. You need a Bic lighter in your fire kit. Another little showy piece I carry, Hudson Bay tobacco tin. I could get around this by carrying a Ziploc bag. I really could, because this basically, it does have a lens in it for starting a fire with solar, which you've seen me do on the Instagram and I believe on this channel before as well. But this houses tinder. That's it. You got some unwireable jute, piece of fat wood, some birch bark, and some char cloth in there. And by birch bark, I mean white birch bark harvested from the Adirondacks in New York. I have a bunch of it. Every time I go up there, I try to get more because, I mean, it's the best fire starter I've ever used in my life. So find me a dead birch tree and pull some off, because it's coming home with me every time. Hudson Bay tobacco tin, it's cool. I like it. I like the way it looks. I can put this in my pocket by itself and still have a mostly waterproof method of carrying tinder and lighting a fire. I used to be a smoker, so I used to always have a lighter in my pocket. I don't smoke anymore. I don't always carry a lighter, but I do carry one in my fire kit, in my regular bag, in my haversack, and in my bullet pouch. There's always at least 2 Bic lighters on me when I'm out of the house camping somewhere. It just always. Even in the end of the world, the apocalypse, everybody has died. It's, you know, zombies plaguing the earth. There are 80,000 Bic lighters made every minute, probably. Chances are you're going to be able to find one somewhere to use to light a fire. That thing will light 20 cigarettes a day for a month straight and never die. Buy a couple, keep them around. If nothing else, I mean, it doesn't look cool. It's not showy. It's not bushcraft, but it works. So keep it around. Duct tape or Gorilla tape. This stuff burns really, really well. And it will burn for a minute too. It's not like it's just going to burn for a second and go out. So you can use it to repair a tent, tape your boots together if you have to. Turkey. So, but it does burn, takes a second to light, but once it lights, it will burn and you can start a fire. So don't let that drip on you because it will burn you and blister, and that's not a good day. Doesn't smell very good either, but it does work. It does work. Let's see, what else have I got in here? Some extra fat wood. Now, you guys can go online and buy this if you're not somewhere where you can harvest it. You can harvest it yourself. There's a million and one ways to get fat wood. I have some pine here on the property. I will probably cover a video on what to look for to harvest it at a future date when we get into a little more advanced stuff. So, always a good thing to know. A marbles match safe. Probably another more nostalgic piece than anything. But I do like to keep some matches on me because, you know, matches are handy. These are strike anywhere. Now, in the last video, I tried to strike one and the head pretty much fell off it because they've been in here for a hot minute. But these marbles match safes are touted as being waterproof. I've not tested the theory because why would I? But they are touted as being waterproof. So let's see. Ah, that one actually lit. So I probably should put new ones in, fresh ones. But you know, again, more nostalgia. It's cool. There is some of the stuff that I just do out of pure nostalgia. So we have a marbles match safe. So we have 4 solid methods of starting a fire there that don't involve rubbing 2 sticks together. Not that I wouldn't if I had to, but like I said, if you see me rubbing 2 sticks together to start a fire, it's a bad scenario. It's a bad scenario. So and you're probably not going to see me because I'm probably going to be lost and naked with nothing but one bootlace and a pocket knife. So this little thing, this is my luxury fire start item, I guess. This is a bellows. All this is that big, blow air through it. So you stretch it out, and you can now blow air into your fire without getting your face directly in the flames and without inhaling way more smoke than you need to. Because I'm that guy. I'm the smoke magnet. If there's a campfire lit and I'm nearby, you don't have to worry about getting smoke in your face because it's all going to be blowing directly at me. So, as far as your own kit goes, if you like the nostalgia stuff, go for the nostalgia stuff. You know, the Hudson Bay tobacco tin, the marbles match safe, they're cool. They are cool and they are functional, so they're not a waste of space or a waste of weight. Do you need them? No, absolutely not. You do not need them. Do you need the duct tape? No, you absolutely don't need the duct tape, although the duct tape has many purposes, so I do like to carry it. But always, always, always carry some dry tinder. One of the things in that Hudson Bay tin is just, like I said, some unraveled jute. That works great for starting fires. It burns quick. Get you some dryer lint. Melt some beeswax over it. Put it in a Ziploc bag. You know, there's videos all over the internet now. What's the most recent one I saw? Oh, because, you know, everybody carries a power drill with them into the woods. Take a power drill and run a stick through a pencil sharpener until you get shavings. Put that in a tuna can that is empty, and then melt wax over the top of that. Yes, it'll work. It will make a little fire starter. It will make a little stove. It'll make something you can, you know, light on fire and cook a pot of water over. But you always see the videos, and this is the part that kills me about the bushcraft community. You see these videos, and it's always some guy in the woods with a power drill, a pencil sharpener, and an empty tuna can. And for some reason, a block of beeswax that he just acquired. And you know he didn't just go rob a beehive for it. So, yeah. You want to show me practical stuff like that, show it to me at home so I can then take it out with me. Don't try to convince me you just did this out in the bush because you didn't carry that DeWalt out in the woods with you with a fresh battery. We know you didn't. Quit lying. As far as your own kit goes, you're going to need something to start a fire. Even if it's 80 degrees out in the middle of summer, you're going to want a fire. If it's not to cook something on or to boil some water on or to make a pot of coffee on in the morning, there is no greater luxury in life, as far as I'm concerned, than sitting back and enjoying a fire. there just is no greater luxury to me. You can't pay for that. The Ritz-Carlton couldn't give me that. So carry a fire kit, put something together with a couple of Bic lighters, some dry tinder of any variety, you know, be it unraveled jute, fat wood, dryer lint, newspaper. You know, if you're in an area where we have it, you know, the paper bark, white birch bark works really, really well. Something like that. Stuff it in a Ziploc bag. You don't have to have one of these. I actually bought this one off of eBay because I didn't really feel like making one, and this is actually really well made. So I think it was $12. You know, you don't need all the fanciness. You just need something that works. Wax canvas is wonderful. You can make it yourself. I'll do a video on that at some point as well if I have not already. Don't believe that I did. No, I didn't. So I'll do a video on that eventually too. But Ziploc bag works just as good as long as you keep it sealed. I mean, but Bic lighters, I can't say enough. Carry Bic lighters, one or two of them every time you go out. If you can find them, there's another brand of lighter, and I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it actually has a removable flint rod on it. So when the lighter's dead, you can still use the flint rod. Works great. I always carry a ferro rod. Mine is actually stitched onto my knife holster though on my Nessmuk. So carry a ferro rod, a couple Bic lighters. You will never need another fire lighting method as long as you're in the bush. Really should not. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. I think I've ran it on long enough now that I've had to do this video twice. So, yeah. Hopefully this is the last one. The mic's still on, so we're good. The other mic is charging. Yeah. I'm going to do, like I said, one more next week on Wednesday. I'm trying to do these on Wednesday. Wednesdays and Sundays are my days off from the day job, so those are my easy days. Wednesday is the easiest because Sundays I also have my D&D group, and well, that's a whole other animal. So after the first of the year, depending on weather, cold doesn't bother me. It just depends on weather. We'll be doing the camp setup, a camp location pick out, and all that noise. So look forward to that coming up. And if I don't see y'all next week, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Merry Yule, whatever it is you celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa, and we'll see you in the bush. Thanks for watching.